The Cost of Covert Narcissism Part 2, The Covert Narcissist's Secret to Success, The Covert Narcissist's Guide to Lying. The lie will serve you well if you respect it and never betray it. Don't be fooled by the world that sees the lie as wrong and the truth as good. That philosophy is for fools, and as a covert narc you will never be a fool. Yes, the lie will give you everything as long as you never betray it or turn your back on it. Yes, the lie is a jealous partner and expects full allegiance. In fact, the lie expects you to be wedded to it. Some truth is allowed, but only in service to the lie, to make the lie more believable. So here are your rules. 1. You must fully embrace and love the lie, see its beauty. 2. Never hesitate, don't ever waver when lying. When questioned, go into even further detail and make the lie even more elaborate. 3. Remember, most people in this world do give homage to the truth and are therefore wavering in their recollections. The cardinal rule of the pathological liar is to be adamant and 100% certain of your version of events. The beauty of this cardinal rule is that it gives you almost godlike power to fabricate reality out of thin air. 4. Just remember, don't ever betray the lie or admit to having lied. Trust the words of the lie, sin doesn't exist. You are allowed to do anything that you please as long as you can get away with it. But don't ever admit to having lied. That and only that is sacrilege and may set a precedent in your life and make you just like all of the other mortals that are subject to the truth and not protected by the lie. 5. Remember, the lie is your best friend, your protector, your mentor. The lie has given you everything that you ever wanted. Without the lie you would be nothing. You would be a mere mortal. You would be vulnerable. You would lose all of your advantages. 6. Don't ever forget who your enemy is, the truth. You see what the world is like, and those people who believe in the truth are like sheep for the slaughter. To use another metaphor, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and only fools living in a dream world would make themselves vulnerable and be committed to the truth. You are a consumer, and it is your right to take everything possible from the fools who think it is wrong to lie. Those people are your rightful source of fuel. So remember, as a chosen one, you must be loyal to the lie at all times or you risk losing everything. 7. Just remember, the lie has made you what you are and given you superhuman abilities to recreate yourself, who people perceive you as being at any time and in any setting that you choose. The lie has made you strong and allowed you to never make yourself vulnerable or dependent on any other human being. The lie has given you your whole existence. 8. Last but not least, remember this, the lie has made you everything that you are. So there you have it in a nutshell, the narc's secret to success now fully revealed. Of course there is a glaring omission. Never is any mention made of any cost whatsoever to the narcopath. Yes, that narc's lies frequently caused the narc to lose jobs, relationships, money, trust, and reputation. But the lie glosses all of that over and the narc faithfully listens and believes. No mention is ever made of the value and necessity of credibility. Yes, credibility is the coin of the realm in human interactions. A parent who loses credibility with their children loses all of the efforts they put into that child and loses authority in their lives. An employee who loses credibility becomes a liability, someone who needs to be removed. A partner who loses credibility destroys the very foundation of a healthy relationship and fractures the very important bond that makes a relationship valuable and beneficial. Yes, in every single arena of human existence, and we have just mentioned a few, trust is everything and oftentimes the only important thing when we interact with another human being. But the narc takes it all to the limit and thinks that a veneer of honesty gives them the freedom to engage in their wicked impropriety. The lie gives the narc a false sense of security, of stealth or invincibility, and that gives the narc false confidence. That false sense of their own abilities and what they can get away with hangs the narc up every time. You would think that someone whose wickedness has cost them so much when it was found out would finally wake up and see the futility of being a fake, phony fraud. Yes, in the end the gains given by the lie are unfulfilling, and no ill-gotten gain will ever have the ability to give joy. Something that is undeserved never ultimately gives satisfaction or peace or a sense of accomplishment. Only genuine achievements that we know inside that we deserve and have worked for and have delayed our gratification for gives us a genuine sense of accomplishment. A life genuinely devoted to a child in which the parent actually denied themselves the pleasures of life, not one in which adultery occurred with many different partners throughout that child's development, is what gives that child confidence in the parent and imbues the parent with authority and credibility. Devotion and dedication and commitment to a job or relationship and genuine concern which proves itself over years is like money in the bank. That equity is the fruit of genuine efforts and accrues interest. It becomes a reputation. That faithfulness and chastity and dedication can be faked, but only temporarily. The proof is that genuine devotion and commitment prove themselves over time. A fake phony commitment, a veneer of faithfulness and chastity eventually wears thin and gets exposed. Once exposed, the narc loses all of their ill-gotten credibility, and all of the lies in the world can't help the narcopath. The narc knows that, and you would think they would learn their lesson after losing credibility time and time again. Yes, the proof is always in the pudding, where the rubber meets the road, over time. In parenting. At the job. In a relationship. No, we won't mention religion. Even a covert narcopath should know their limits, and we would hope that at least consciously they won't ever try to pull the wool over God's eyes. Just to be clear, God sees everything. He is aware of every intricate detail of our lives, every motivation of everything that we do. So the foolish narc loses all of the most important things in life. That opportunity to be a parent and make a positive difference is destroyed. That opportunity to make a difference in the workplace and all of those positive contributions are overshadowed by the destruction the covert creep leaves in their wake. The relationship that is damaged because the narc can no longer be trusted has the potential for repair. But trust is easily obtained the first time, then hard to regain once it is lost. Yes, the narc is given one second chance after another, and eventually they destroy that relationship beyond repair. How does the narc cope with all of this loss? They simply tell themselves that the jobs and the relationships were not important, were worthless, and are fully replaceable. In fact, they entered every one of those jobs and relationships never intending to actually invest in them anyway. Yes, the narc never values or cherishes or invests in anything. They only take. They only fake the appearance of contributing or giving. Yes, right from the very outset, the narc never has any intention of actually staying for the duration. Not as a parent. Not as an employee. Not as a partner. Yes, the narc will stay at a job or in a relationship if it is beneficial to them and they can maintain their veneer of dedication. But all bets are off when a better opportunity comes along. Yes, the narc's closest ally and best friend, the lie, wants nothing from the narcopath at all. Sure. The cost of the lie throughout that narcopath's life is glossed over by the lie, and only the so-called benefits are highlighted. One day that friend of the narcopath will expect payment, and the cost to that narcopath will be their entire existence. Eternity paying for the dubious gains given to them by the lie. Only Jesus can help the narcopath. The all-knowing narc never suspects who the man behind the curtain is, who the father of lies is, and what his true motivations and purpose are. Yes, Satan was defeated by Jesus on the cross when Jesus willingly gave up his soul, releasing himself from his body. So it's a source of amusement that people would actually deify a being that has already been defeated, and get on the losing team. Yes, it is game over for Satan and all of those who follow him. Satan is simply being allowed to still influence the human race. So it all boils down to one thing: God exists and the truth matters and will always defeat the lie. Yes, the crowning achievement of the lie is when the truth can be told in the middle of a deception and the dupe doesn't even understand what has been told them. Yes, the lie spoke one truth, and that is that it made the narcopath everything that they are. Sorry to throw a wet blanket over the narc's perfect world. To end with some even harsher reality. We've all heard of famous people, musicians, actors, or any person with accomplishments and acclaim, having supposedly made a deal with the devil for their success and achievements. Well, the narc has also made that deal, whether they knew it or not. But the narc sells their soul for pennies on the dollar. The narc gives themselves away cheaply. No tangible benefits come from that sale when it comes to the narcopath. The narcopath may be allowed to get away with their depraved treachery time and time again, but is that really worth the loss of their soul? Of course the targets and every single victim of the narcopath get no benefits whatsoever. Well, here is the only bright spot in this gruesome scenario: no one actually sells their soul and everyone has the possibility of redemption. But that requires sincerity and being genuinely remorseful. Those who have been given over to a reprobate mind and are unreachable most likely had many chances and opportunities to change their ways, but they refused. So eventually they lost their chance. Eventually those reprobates can't even understand or believe the simplest truth or warning, and that seals their fate. Yes, in the end the reprobates scoff at everything and simply can't even understand what is comprehensible to a 5-year-old child. But they did that to themselves, didn't they? They march to their doom with a continued arrogant swagger and have nothing but disdain for those who warn them. That smirk and the attitude behind it will cost them eternal life. For what? Pennies on the dollar. Believe it or not, yes, pennies on the dollar. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcomed. Peace be with you.
car's still over there. And then a footprints leading up to here. And then nothing.